All right, welcome, guys. Before you freaking ask, I do not want to hear it. You're like, Ashton, why do you have your glasses on inside? I woke up with a massive headache and the lighting was so dark. So I opened my windows up and it turns out there's a blizzard outside. So a lot of white, a lot of daylight. My head's hurting, but work don't stop. I want to help you guys. So let's dial it in. Guys, this is one of my favorite freaking modules right here. All right, we are learning monetization. All right, so phase 3 of let's get started. Okay, this is one of my favorite ones because this is where the sales systems comes through. All right, a lot of people think you need a DM script. I do not think you need a DM script. Do you want to make one just to show your guys kind of like a roadmap to like the roadmap to the sale? Of course, 100% make it. But we never know what a human being's actually going to say. And what I've noticed is a lot of these guys will make one, but it's always off. I'm just like, bro, how do you honestly know what somebody's going to say every single time unless you've been through the repetition of reps? And I have done so, okay? So what I've learned is make a script, of course, have a roadmap in your head to memorize, and then of course humanize a situation with how you sell in general. All right, so I've been in sales for the last 7 years, and one thing I've noticed is no one's going to buy from an over-the-top salesman. All right, and what do I mean by over-the-top? Guys, I'm not just going into the DM saying, hey bro, you got a great offer. Have you ever looked into coaching? Have you ever wanted to get lean really quick? Have you ever wanted to make your own personal brand and make money online? That's what we hear every single day, so cut it out. Okay? That don't work. But if we nurture the lead, we bring them in. Hey man, it's nice to meet you. Shake a hand, meet a friend. You ever heard that saying, shake a hand, meet a friend? All right, that's what you need to be pushing. And what I mean is humanize the situation, man. Not everything's a sale, not everything's a deal, not everything's gonna help you. All right, and you gotta be okay with that. Some of the best salesmen in the world are okay with leaving in a house knowing they just got told no, and in 3 days they get a call back and they get the deal. You know what I mean? I learned it in solar, now I just made it come online. And I myself had been hit up several times, and before I even got into it, of course I was cold DM, and of course I was trying this and that, and it just didn't work. All right, and I realized, like, okay, these guys are trying to sell me like that, and I don't want it, and I'm a dog. Like, I'm not stupid. I know a salesman from, like, hey, I actually want to help you. Okay, so what was I doing? I was playing process of elimination with them, and I turned out, I was like, okay, what makes me different and what's given me more success? And that's by humanizing my situation into the nurturing lead system. Okay, it's a funnel, I've learned. So the content I post is the knowledge, the call to actions, everything. It draws them in. Cool. They come in, and then now I'm their friend. I'm just saying, hey man, I appreciate the follow. It means more to me than you could ever imagine. I go like their story. I swipe up on it. Guys, they might not buy that day. They might not buy the next day. A week, 2, 3, 4, 4 years, a year, don't care. Guess what? They probably won't buy ever. And we got to be okay with that. All right? But what's going to happen is when you show the trust, show the loyalty, and say, hey, I actually take my craft really serious and we're pushing out so much knowledge, guys, they naturally will come in. All right? But when you guys do make the DM script, which I do have in the classroom, okay, so if we go up here real quick, let's go to the classroom. How to close any deal. Setters and closers alley right here. Guys, I have the roadmap to the set. So the initial report, we also want to do the initial report is the intro. Okay, identity, pain point. So what's our thing? It's the intro. We have our pain point. Then we have to allegate the pain, introduce the possibility, and micro value the drop, and soft call to action. Okay, the reason why I want to do this is because people really seem to draw to this quicker when you actually have a roadmap into what you're doing. So in the solar world, it was intro, problem, pain, pullback, hard close. No. Intro, problem, pain, solution, pullback, hard close. Okay? And how does that kind of look? It's like, hey man, my name's Ashton. The reason why we're on this call, of course, is you said you wanted help with your system. So at this point, we've brought them in, right? They're understanding, like, dude, this is awesome. I love that you do what you do. I watch this video and you know what you're talking about. Where do I get started? I'm like, okay, cool. So you obviously know what Pivotal Edge is. You're a coach and this is what we want to do. Now, my biggest thing is like, what's our problem here? Where are you struggling with most? And notice how that's not salesy at all. This is just me saying, hey, I've been here enough to where I know what you're about to say, so let's figure it out. All right, now I need to identify his pain point, just like I said. So let's just give it an example. My turnover ratio from setting to close is not closing. Or it could be, hey, I can close them, but they're not staying in my program. So how do I keep them there? So what am I doing as a closer right here? I'm listening, even as a setter, guys, in the DMs. If you're not listening to this stuff and then altering it towards their solution, you're tripping, okay? Because everybody will tell you how to close them. You just got to listen. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Learn how to use them, all right? So identify the pain point instead of pitching and digging into their struggles, okay? A lot of coaches I talk to are great at delivering results, but feel stuck with the system side, like lead flow, automation, or freeing up time. Do you feel that? You know what I mean? Or is it something for you? Okay? And then they'll tell you, and then I want to agitate that pain, all right? So show you understand, I'm going to mirror them back every single time. I'm going to say, dude, yeah, I hear that. It's frustrating because you know what? I can help more clients, but the back end starts feeling like it's holding you back instead of helping you. I've been there, brother, okay? Now I want to freaking introduce the possibility of what's going on. Here's where you drop in what you do without pitching, all right? So that's actually why I built a plug-and-play scaling system for online coaches. It basically installs the back end for you so you can actually focus on the growth, because the hardest part is making content, call to actions, and actually attracting what it is we want to sell. Because guys, if we're not making certain content about what we are and what we're niching into, it's going to be really hard to find people to even want to do or participate in your service, to be in your community. And then if they do get in there, it's probably just some self-pity buy from a friend, and that's no good, and they'll leave. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. Okay, so we need a micro value drop. Okay, so we need to give them a quick win or perspective shift. How do we do that? By resonating with them. Say, hey brother, I went through that too, okay? Most coaches don't realize they're losing 20 to 40% of their leads just because they don't have the right nurturing systems in place, okay? And that's one of the easiest fixes. But a lot of people don't know how to fix it because guess what? They're just burning through the leads, man. Stop burning through them. You get a new follower, you get somebody actually fucking with your stuff, don't just burn through it, okay? Nurture it, pat it. You ever heard that, like as a kid, we grab an egg, right? We throw it to our friends. When you catch an egg, you don't want that bitch to just bust in your hand. You want to like grab it just like that. Like we want to ease into it because we want to keep it what? Safe, okay? So when it comes to nurturing, guys, it's the same thing. You got to nurture it real well, all right? We want to keep it good. We want to keep it healthy. We want to humanize it. We want to resonate with it. We want to love it, okay? It's like your girlfriend. Tender love, okay? Not firing through it just to get them scared. We want to keep them around, all right? And guess what? When we do the soft call to action one day, we want to invite, don't push. So if it makes sense, I can walk you through the plug-and-play systems without you having to reinvent the wheel. Because let's be honest, guys. The wheel is already invented. Why would we reinvent it, okay? Want me to show you how that works? The key tips for selling in DMs is ask 70% questions, talk for 30%. Okay? You need to make them feel understood, not pitch to it all. Okay? Your product is the bridge between their plan and the desire, right? So scalable, automated, like more clients, less stress. You need a manual, stuck, chaotic systems. That don't work. Okay? What you need is a scalable, automated, more clients and less stress. So that's what we do. So we're using screenshots, okay? We're using testimonials of the systems working, visual proofs, wondering works in the DMs. Like, guys, the little call to actions is like, you could put a recipe on your DM real quick and say, slide up for the recipe. Send it to them. They're like, damn, dude, I loved it. It worked perfect. Guess what? Maybe in a few days you do one more, and now the dude's swiping up brand. Now he's swiping up coach. Guess what? Now you book a call and you're closing him. But without the wrong systems, guys, you're never going to have this. So that's why I always say, humanize the situation. There is no reason why we should just be burning through leads. We want to humanize it. We want to nurture it, love on them, act like we care, because the biggest problem, salesman, like, you ever went to a car dealership? Dude just wants you to buy one car. I come in to buy let's just say I wanted to buy a C8 sports car, Corvette. Buddy's putting me on a dang Ram. I don't want a Ram. You're not listening to me. You know, so make sure we're listening, understanding, and showing them we care, because at Pivotal Edge Consulting, guys, we want to care about everything. And I know you're like, Ashton, but this is my business. I can do what I want. Hey, who taught you how to run it? Okay, I promise you will have more results if you actually give back to your Heavenly Father with being there for somebody and actually plugging and playing a system that's actually they're actually going to see results in. Okay, phase 3. That was pretty good. Let's go back to it just to make sure I didn't miss anything before I end this call. Pricing. Perfect. Okay, so start high ticket because you can reinvest into growth. I agree to this, but not off rip. okay? I always say at first, you need to just get what you can get. Real talk. Sometimes I say for the first week or two, say, hey, I'm doing a 14-day onboarding process, completely free. Get as many people in there, build the trust, show them the systems, show them your knowledge, see the results. Guess what? Hey, unfortunately, you know, our 14-day trial's up. If you want to continue with me, it's going to be $100. You know what I mean? Just see what you can get out of them, guys. See if your service was actually that, because what you're going to realize is these people are actually going to build your service for you. I'm serious. They would come up with so many ideas that I didn't even have in the beginning, and now we got this. You know what I mean? So listen to them. Be there for them. They will tell you how to build your stuff, guys. People are smarter than they look. And if not, guess what? You can pick 7 different brains instead of just one. All right? So, and then once we like get that flowing, you're making a little money here and there, and you're like, hey, dude, I made some money with it. Now, how do I really double down? Cool, let's talk. Let's start some high ticket offers, and I'm going to show you how to really do that, okay? And we'll talk about that next time. Hope that helped.